it's Amanda. I just wanted to kind of give y'all an idea of where I come from as far as my background is concerned and why I make candles and lip balms and both, soaps and stuff like that, HPA, and do all my tinctures for local people that live around me. I grew up in a household with my grandparents, and if my grandfather didn't have me up underneath the hood of a car or out in the yard gardening or cutting the grass or whatever, my grandmother, who was a medicine woman, she had me in the kitchen, whether it was cooking dinner or it was making medicine or like fixing this or fixing that. She always had a remedy. And so whenever I started doing my candles, the initial push was that it was my grandmother's birthday. We're riding through a city up here, and it's a college town. We're riding through a city up here, and I see this advertisement for a store local, and it's called The Moon. And I was like, ooh, we have to stop there. Again, grandmother's birthday. Hadn't been to Jacksonville in a long time. So we get up to The Moon and go in, and the owner, I'm not sure if she's going to mind me saying this or not, Miss Robbie, she's talking to me about, and I'd already started making candles, but not as serious as what she made it turn out to be. And so that's the kickoff of my business. I do whatever I can to make people feel good. It's a different kind of help, but whenever you've got that perfectly scented candle, or that tincture that makes you feel better from COVID or the flu or whatever else, what other kind of ailments you may have, and I can supply that for you, then it'll make your body feel better, because everything I do is all natural because of my grandmother. She really had a massive impact on my life, and she continues to do so. I dedicate my entire business to her because of how she raised me and because of what all lessons that she taught me whenever I was coming up. So I just wanted to give y'all a little insight. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. And if you're watching this at night, have a great night. Blessed be.
We help a lot of people that's going through hard times, and I enjoy it. I don't ask for anything in return, but just knowing that I help somebody's day out or life out or whatever, by helping them through tough situations, whether it be divorce or, bad relationships or financial instability, or just life lessons that people go through and fall on hard times. I like being there for people. What's up? This is Scott with Leo Starfire.
Hi, this is Amanda with Starfire Apothecary.
We have a lot of different videos that we have planned to make, and we kind of want to start with how we met and our first couple years being together, just to kind of let you guys know where we come from and our story a little bit.
So I was a military brat, born in Texas, raised all over the world, and dropped here in Alabama. And then in 2000, I graduated from high school. At the same time, I found out I was pregnant with my oldest son. I got married. That was shit, because he was a horrible, horrible person, and it was bad domestic violence. I also graduated from high school that year too. So there was a lot of stuff that happened in 2000. I got married, got pregnant, 18, really young. And then I got to meet this guy. But I'm going to let him tell you about what he was doing in 2000.
So my story's a little bit shorter and sweeter, I guess. I was born here, still here, been here the whole damn time. Don't have much of a story to go on that. I did drop out of high school as a senior, went and got my GED. And shortly after that, I met this beautiful lady.
Yeah, but he didn't want anything to do with me. That's the whole thing, because I was married at the time. My ex-husband, who's now deceased. Anyway, my ex-husband and him were in some not so right side of the law business. And in 2001, I found him coming in the door of our house with a police officer. So in February,
I was the one he told on. Ain't that kind of crazy? But anyway.
And then we didn't see each other except for sporadically throughout, we were clubbing it and doing our own thing or whatever. And then in 2003, I had a really bad tragedy happen. And my grandparents were the ones that raised me. And my father was never really there. My mom was abusive in her own right. And my grandfather passed away. and I had to bury him on my 21st birthday. And that was hard. That was really hard. And then that summer goes by, and in his birthday week,
her grandfather passed away in June. We got together in August. Actually, by the time you see this video, we have already had our 20th year anniversary together. We have just a great marriage. We're best friends. Like, we do everything together. This is my favorite person, you know what I mean? It's who I want to be around all the time. But anyway, so we got together 2 months after her grandfather passed away.
And then not too long after that, I found out that my oldest son had been kidnapped. And we started our relationship immediately, by the way. Like, yeah.
I moved her in the first week, and it's been history ever since.
We were in one room for I cannot tell you guys how long. And when we finally got a place of our own, it was like we had more space and we didn't know what to do with each other. It was like, well, I'm going to have to stand on the other end of the house and yell for you now.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Now we have a big house, and it's a lot different because things have just changed so much. But we've been through everything together. Everything. We've been homeless.
Everything together. We've been homeless. We've like she said, we got the house we got now. Before we had this, we had a single wide trailer. And then before the trailer, we just was moving around everywhere. We
were winging it.
We've stayed in so many different places, but I mean, the older we got, honestly, the more responsible we got, and we ended up getting, better things as we went along. But
you guys being one of those things, because now you get to hear our stories. So if there's anything that's a part of this video that you're resonating with, that you want to hear more about, then we can do another video if we get enough responses to, the same thing. So if we have a bunch of people say, well, we want to hear about your domestic violence situation, then I'll do a video on that if y'all want to. Or if y'all want to hear about the nefarious things that he did whenever he was younger, then he could possibly do a video about that.
Can't incriminate myself, though.
Yeah, no, you got to be careful. But yeah, so
Pagan.
20 years. Oh yeah, and my oldest son, he found him in 2008. And after that, like, the ball just started rolling. In 2009, we got married under Christian vows. My grandfather was actually a minister in the Primitive Baptist Church, and my grandmother was a kitchen witch, like I am. She did a lot of things. She was also a certified registered nurse and in the United States Army. So she was a badass bee.
And we both come sort of from a Christian background. After I went through my turmoil, I guess you could say, I tell everybody that my spiritual awakening was in 2001, because that's when I went through the most. That was the craziest year of my entire life, probably. I was by myself, like, completely. No friends, no family, no job, no nothing, and I had to just rebuild and restart all over again. But after that happened, I found myself back in church, and I become actually a youth minister at the church that I was attending. So before we got together, I was a youth minister, and her grandfather was a minister. So we both came from a Christian background. Although before that, we were in what earth-based spirituality. Went to Christianity, and then
earth-based.
We went back to earth-based
together. So most of the time, whenever you have a difference of opinion, whether it be in religion or spirituality or even the type of car you like, most people have friction. Me and him were just like, okay, let's do it. Okay,
we do everything together. We communicate. We're honest with each other. We're loyal to each other. And if she goes through something, I go through it too, and vice versa. So I mean, we've had each other's backs the whole time, and we're really lucky to have found each other. But as you can tell, we're still doing these videos together. Everything we do together. So that's just the way our marriage is.
It's perfect.
It is. And a lot of this earth-based spirituality, that's where part of this channel comes from. As we talked before, we're into astrology and tarot cards. We're into spirit communication. You're going to be seeing all this on this channel, so be ready for that.
And all the products that you'll see me making, I do have a small business. If you have a chance to check out Starfire Apothecary or even Leo Starfire on Facebook, you'll see a lot of different things. My stuff is to help people. It's like making people feel beautiful. So it's HBA stuff. It's all natural. It's everything I do helps people, whether it's my elderberry syrup, or I'm helping a skin condition, or I'm helping somebody that's just feeling down or stressed out, then that's generally how I help people, other than getting single women who have been abandoned and abused back on their feet and getting them going again, getting them the courage to get up and go.
And just being around her, you know, I mean, she just makes you in a better mood because she's got that type of personality.
I'm a Gemini.
Full-blown Gemini. And then with my side, like, I like to think of my things more of like a minister type deal. Like when people are, like I've said before, they're on hard times, they're going through bad stuff, and she helps me as well. But we work together and try to help people. And being that we went through all the stuff that we went through, and now we're on the other side of it. Not that our life is perfect, because it's not, but we're through a lot of the crazy stuff that people go through in life. So we turn around and we try to give back to, you know, the people who need it.
Yeah, he brings them in, I ship them out and send them on their way. Because it's just, I've been through that hard situation. And a lot of these women are being treated like crap by their husbands, by their boyfriends. And they just seem to find him because his planet is the sun. So he's a little star and he lights up and everybody's like, let's go. So, and then he brings them home, not literally, but like, you know what I mean? Like he brings them.
Don't get it twisted.
He brings them in the house and then we just together help minister them. You know, we've had several people come in our house and it's the first time they've been in the house and they fall asleep. And you wouldn't be able to do that in a place you weren't safe. So just know that regardless of who you are, whatever your situation is, you're safe with me and him.
Very true. Very true.
Very safe with us. We're not going to tell anybody your business. We're not going to blast it everywhere. It's not our business to tell.
Like she said in our last video, we're ordained ministers. Like we take things that people tell us, and we're not going to go start a rumor mill about them and all that kind of stuff. It's not what we do. Not to mention, she's also a certified paralegal. So
you're double protected with me.
Confidentiality is something we deeply respect. But like a lot of people have said that our house is like a sanctuary. Like people come here to be safe and they don't have to worry about judgment. They don't have to worry about danger. We've had actually a girl not too long ago. She was over here and she had a man that was following her around, and well, actually it was, I guess, her husband.
Yeah.
And he was roaming up and down the street, but he
drove from Tennessee to find her at my house. Anyway, that's beside the point. We took care of it.
She was safe here.
Very.
And that's what we want this place to be. But so on another side of this, so like if you are out there and you're having trouble and you need somebody to talk to, or you need some help or whatever it may be, we're it, you know, and we enjoy helping people, because to me that's what good people should do is help other people. Like there's not enough of that in this world, and it's unfortunate, but it's the truth.
Now, there's a lot more to our story. Our editor told us to keep it down, you know, a little bit. When you got 20 years of stuff, I mean, we could probably do introduction videos about our marriage and our relationship for several different episodes, but we wanted to just touch those high notes so you could know that we've kind of been through some crap together before we were even together.
Right, and we could sit here and talk for days.
The same crap.
Like we got so many stories. The stuff we've been through, like it's unbelievable. I even tell at least parts of my story now, and it's like it's not even like people are like, you didn't go through that, but I really did. Like we've had crazy lives, and not to mention we had crazy lives before we got together. So we have a lot of stories both as individuals and as a married couple. So there's not too much you can go through that we haven't been through ourselves.
Name it, please. Give us something to make a video about. Like, just let us know something so that way we can help you out. Or even if us just being on these videos is helping you get through something, then hopefully you'll let us know, and that way we can light a candle for you, do what we do, you know, earth-based. So y'all just keep us in mind if you've got an issue that you need handled.
Changing gears, I would also like to thank all the support that we got from that first video. Like I was amazed.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just online. People were calling me. I see them out at my job, whatever. Like there was so much feedback, and it's like people are thirsty for this type of knowledge or whatever. But like we're glad to have it, you know, and we're glad to use what we know to help other people. But I just want to say thank you for all the support that we got from all over the place.
Well, I think we better get ready to wrap it up.
Yeah.
We have a 10-year-old to get in the bed because it's his first day of school.
Not to mention I got to get in bed early too. But real quick, I also want to say thank you to our editor Zach. He's been working hard at getting these videos prepared. I think he's got a lot to add to this video. We'll see. We just give him our footage and then he takes it and runs with it. So hopefully you enjoy them. Feedback is always appreciated. Let us know. So I guess that's about it, right?
That's about it.
All right.
Y'all have a good one. Blessed be.
Blessed be.